Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, we're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. The show is broadcast live from the illustrious Radio 1 studio. Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. Not here to save your soul, here to save your business. And I am a business developer by trade. I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web. You can find out more about the company by going to gatewoodmarketing.com. And you can follow the show, Marketing Pulpit, by going to marketingpulpit.com. We're also on the major social media platforms. You can get us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and we're all over the place. Got an exciting show lined up today. It's the first day of May. It's MayDay. MayDay. We also have a great guest coming up. We're going to have Mr. Cale Cobbs. We're going to talk about your website. Is your website built to fail? It's not good news. The landscape is changing in the technical world, and your website has to come along. So we're going to talk about your website later on as well. So we're going to have a good lineup today. You can find out more about the everything that's going on by just going to marketingpulpit.com. I'd like to welcome everybody on this first day of May. This is quite a few exciting things going on this month. We have Mother's Day coming up next weekend. So early shout out to the mothers out there. We're going to have Memorial Day coming up later in the month. Cinco de Mayo coming up on the 5th of May. And then we have Teachers Appreciation Week this week. So from this week on up to, I guess, to the end of the week, we're going to be recognizing teachers. I do have a warm spot for teachers. I think sometimes their jobs are thankless. They don't get the recognition and praise that they deserve. So I just want to say to all the teachers out there, the people who are shaping the minds of our young people, inspiring growth, investing in the future, I want you to know that your work does not go unnoticed. And my hat's off to all of the teachers on this Teachers Appreciation Week. It's also National School Nurse Day. Two of my favorite professions, teachers and nurses. I just think they just do an amazing job teaching us, keeping us well, and so special thanks to you. Now, the main thing is a May 1st, it's MayDay. MayDay is also recognized as International Workers' Day. It's Day of Action, celebrating the beginning of spring, all types of festivities going on. But MayDay is a double entendre. MayDay is also a distress signal. MayDay, you heard that term? Actually, MayDay derived, it's a French word, it's a French phrase meaning to help me. You spell it M-A-I-D-E-Z. M'-A-I-D-E-Z. It's pronounced MayDay, but it also means help me. So today we're going to talk about help and people who need help. Some have the courage to seek help. Many people during these times find themselves in distress. These are some trying times. So what I like for people to know that it's okay to ask for help if you need it. there are real barriers. 'Cause sometimes people don't know you need help. Sometimes it's hard to tell who needs help and who's just being irresponsible. So I'm going to walk you through this today, help you kind of want to walk through this together so that we don't minimize real help, that we don't become gullible to people who say they need help but might not. We don't want to encourage irresponsibility. But so today is MayDay. MayDay. Help me. That's the phrase. So people, I'll tell you, I think many of us have been in this situation before where we've needed help, and sometimes at our own detriment, we didn't seek it. And sometimes that failure to seek help can cause irreparable harm. I've been there. I've actually needed help. It was hard to ask for help because you have this fear of judgment. People are gonna look at you strange and like you're weak, you're failing, and your pride and ego gets in the way. You're saying to yourself, "I should be able to handle this myself." But sometimes we're playing against some stacked decks that are not stacked in our favor. We worry about our status, our image. You want people to think that you're in control of things. And you don't want to damage relationships by asking for help. Because once you ask for help, people start looking at you differently. And sometimes you just don't know how to ask. You don't know the language to use when asking for help. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody to go out here asking for help if you don't really need it, but I'm just telling you, there are some people out here who are experiencing difficulty and they actually need help. Now, as the people who are able to help, you have to recognize the signals of people who need help because they may not let you know because of the reasons I just went through: pride, ego, status, fear of being judged, not knowing how to ask. So when you start, they seem always stressed out, silent when they're usually boisterous. Those could be silent distress signals. So instead of asking somebody, "Are you okay?" you might just say, "What's weighing on your mind today?" What weights are you carrying? And when you do offer to help, be specific. Can I help you with a certain bill? Can I help you with a certain client? Can I help you with a can I take something off your plate? And provide people a safe place where they can come for help. You can be that safe place, even if you're not the person who can provide the help they need. Sometimes you may know resources, you may know somebody, you may know of a job, of a position, but it's good to be that safe place. Sometimes, like I said, you don't have the resources or the means to help everybody, but you might be that safe place that they can come to. And check back around with people. Come back around and check on them, even if you have provided the help or not. So if somebody comes to you and asks for help, first of all, remember It took courage for them to do that. And once again, I'm going through my own journey, some of the own challenges I've had. I realize how difficult this is to actually have to ask somebody for help. It's not a good feeling. So don't ask these dismissive questions like, why didn't you go to your family? Well, they may have already gone to their family. Maybe their family couldn't help them. Maybe they've been there before. And once again, you want to look strong to your family. You want to be that protector. So sometimes it's easier to go outside the family looking for that help, so you maintain that role of protector and provider within the family. So that's not the question you want to ask somebody who's coming to you for help. Why don't you ask your family? And if you can help, do it without conditions. Either you can or you can't. It's that simple. You can do it, you can do it. If you can't, don't put conditions on it. Now, here's one you might not understand, but it's very likely. When people come to you for help, they're probably underselling their actual need. If somebody comes to you and say, hey, I need $500, believe me, they probably need 1,000. They probably asking you for the very minimum it's going to take them to get back or to get over that hurdle. Which means this need is not going to go away with the whatever you decide to help them with. That need is going to persist. So if possible, exceed the request. I know it sounds like, say, wait, what is this guy trying to do? Put me in the poorhouse? No, we're going to get to that in a minute. So you want to lead with empathy, not interrogation. And try to help restore the dignity of the person that came to ask you for help. Say, look, hey, I know this wasn't easy. I know this was not easy. I know I've been there before. And when I say that to somebody, I mean it. So this is a sort of a soft spot for me. People look at Gatewood and say, man, this guy's got it going. Can't imagine him ever having to ask somebody for help. I'm all right now, but that could change tomorrow. And if somebody helps you, don't turn around and start using it as a control mechanism. Like, I got you now. You got to jump through all the hoops that I need you to because I've given you this help. That's not the spirit of helping. And remember, you may be the last option. By the time they get to you, they may have asked everybody else for help. And I always have to add this too. When you help somebody, don't expect it back necessarily. And I like to make that known to people who I've had to help. If you can pay me back, you can return the favor, that's fine. But I wouldn't have given it to you if I couldn't live without it. And sometimes people can pay you back in other ways. So now this is the critical caveat I'm going to add to this. Compassion has to have boundaries too. Your beneficence is not infinite. You can't pour from an empty cup. If your cup is empty, you can't pour into somebody else's. And you want to don't get in the habit of pouring into the cup of somebody who has no problem emptying your cup. So people have to take accountability. And I say once you start looking at the boundaries, because some people use these excuses for not helping people. Person's a bum. People are going to take advantage of you. Yeah, they will if you don't set boundaries. You don't overextend, particularly to people who are ungrateful. Use discernment. And I always say this: keep your circle tight. Whether we're talking about help or not. Because if you're in a tight circle, you're not going to be riffraffs. They're not going to be coming up to you asking for help. I keep a very tight circle. So if the people in my circle need help, and I can do it, they have a good chance they're going to get something because I already know you. I know your heart. I know your integrity. I'll give you an example. For many years, I've had this free consultation button on my website. And like, man, and that was really altruistic. I wasn't using it to get as a gateway to get a sale because I wasn't even taking sales. I mean, new clients at the time. Just like right now, I'm not really beating down the door for clients. If somebody calls me, we'll talk about it. But I found out that a lot of folks would take advantage of it. They'd push the button, they'd come in, and half of them wouldn't show up because it was free. I said, I've got to tighten that circle. So go to my website now, that free button is gone. But guess what? I still offer the free consultation to a limited and tighter circle. You just have to request the link or I volunteer it. So my point is you have to have boundaries with your beneficence, with your generosity. And last but not least, as we talk about help yourself. Succeed in business. Network, build relationships. Take care of your physical and mental self. You can't help anybody if you're not helping the person in the mirror. So that's my story on help today. On this MayDay. And it just last, but I will say that the people who are receiving help, and I've been there, like I said, don't, express gratitude. Be transparent. If you can pay the person back, say it. If you can't, say that. Say it as well. If you have a situation, you want to explain it, go ahead, but be honest about it. And let the person know this is temporary, that you're not down and out forever. Sometimes you just need a little hand up. And let people know you're working on it. You're working on it. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, we're going to bring up our guest today. We're going to talk about your website, talking about help. My website may need some help at some point. This is the Marketing Pulpit. I am Robert Gatewood, your host. I'm here every Friday at 10:30 a.m., bringing you the good marketing gospel. So we're going to be back in a moment. So hang on, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Kale Cobb bringing us some wisdom on websites.
Still using your home address for your business? Protect your privacy and elevate your brand with a professional business address and mailbox service from BLE Business Services. Call 301-322-1700 or visit www.blesuites.com. BLE, where professionalism meets convenience.
Welcome back to the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. I'm here every Friday bringing you the good marketing gospel. If you haven't already, come on out, register for the First Friday networking event at BLE. It's a Marketing Pulpit and BLE joint venture over in 9701 Apollo Drive in Largo, Maryland. I'll be there co-hosting with Miss Bernadette Clay. So come on out. Whether you registered or not, if you're in the DC area, just come on down. We'll let you in the door, feed you, give you some good advice, and introduce you to some nice people, give you a good old collective hug on some of these challenges that we're facing as business owners and persons. So it's a great event. We've been doing it now for a few years, and the numbers are growing, and people are showing benefit. They're experiencing benefits from this amazing event. Thank Miss Bernadette Clay of BLE Executive Suites. They have the 3 locations in the DC area, one in Largo Center, one over in National Harbor, and they have the hub zone in College Park, Maryland. So if you need some business services, office space, private offices, virtual spaces, training rooms, phone services, company mailbox, and business addresses, it's a one-stop shop. Go to blesuites.com. Find out more about their amazing services. Tell them Gatewood from the Marketing Pulpit sent you, and they got a special for you. So check them out. Let me bring him a guest, Mr. Kel Cobb. Charles brother. He's been on before. So he's really back by popular demand. Morning, Kel.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man, on this MayDay, 1st of May. Welcome to the happy MayDay.
Oh, yeah, we love May. We love May.
MayDay, let me get my volume up here so I can hear you. All right, my bad. Okay. So, Kel, since last time we were here, we were talking about AI, and everybody's talking about AI like we're going to put them out of business, and we talked about it. But we also talked about how AI might put a hamper on you, might cause you to rethink your website and other things. But in general, whether we're talking about AI or not, I do want to talk about these websites. And quickly, just to introduce yourself before we get started, so that people who didn't get you the first time can find out who you are.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kel Cobb, but I go by Kel for short. I run a marketing and web design agency. Our focus is to build websites for our clients and using their website as a foundation to help streamline sales. So I've been in this business for about 13 years and was able to start my first business as a freshman in high school. So during that time, I was really able to see the connection between website and then also make that connection between marketing and understand that the two have to go together for a sale to both get um, processed correctly, but also for that sale and that customer and business relationship to hold up and sustain itself throughout the years.
But let me ask you this, Kel. We've had since 2000, late 1999, we've had social
Mhm.
media to come on the scene. And many people have felt that, well, since I have my Instagram account, my LinkedIn account, my Facebook page, my X account, I don't really need a website. Is there any truth to that?
It's really no truth to that because we gotta understand the essence of marketing. Marketing has a lot of pillars to it. So marketing can include billboards, marketing can include newspaper. In this case, marketing would be the social media platform. But at the end of the day, you still need some type of home front that all this traffic comes to. So if I'm working with all of those three avenues, that's good. But where is the common denominator where I'm sending all that traffic to? So if I do a billboard, I don't want to send them to a Twitter account. I want to send them to my personal account, which in that case would be my website. From my website, you might find my services. You might even find my Twitter account, and then we can go with that funnel or with that cycle. But a lot of people just really miss the steps of what marketing truly is. So now they're using things that are used for a tool and making that tool be their whole business when
Yeah,
they missing a lot of pieces doing that.
yeah, just one of many because I used to work with a lot of radio personalities, and the radio personality, the station would give them a website or a landing page, and they say, "Wow, this company has been around. They drive millions of views, so I don't really need a website because they've given me this landing page on their platform." But when you leave that platform, that website stays behind.
Yep.
And even the same thing with these social media platforms. I mean, they here today, but what when they fail, what are you going to be stuck with? Nothing. So you
Oh,
have to have your own base. You need, like you said, you need your own platform. Let your platform be the portal that directs the traffic from these different marketing campaigns you're doing.
yes.
So
I remember the time when Twitter got banned from the US. I was getting maybe 50 calls in a span of 2 days, every 2 days when that whole thing happened, because a lot of businesses that started their businesses on these platforms that I even had the chance of doing marketing for, they didn't have nowhere to make their sales. So a lot of them needed to hit a certain quota just to pay their bills. So during that time of, like you just said, what if that platform go down? What would you do? What can you do? Especially if all your content is on there. You don't have any place where your content also sits like a website. So if Twitter go away, if Instagram go away, do you still have those relationships with those customers or that audience that you build with on those platforms? Those are the different leaks in someone's marketing plan that they can have because they put all their eggs into these social media baskets without really having that home front that they can really use in um, taking any direction that they want.
yeah, and one of the pillars of entrepreneurship and self-employment and owning your business is ownership. And if you don't own
Hmm.
your own platform, you're already on the wrong foot. Let me ask you
Yes.
this. Now, you made a statement in one of our discussions that these some of these people that have websites, their websites are really failing them. They're not really living up to the task. They're not up to the job. So, well, why are they failing and how are they failing?
Yes, the reason why it's failing, it comes again of not understanding the full marketing picture. So the full marketing picture, and that's why I always stress, is to get the sale. No matter what our plan is, no matter what the business is always to introduce yourself to the client and then get the sale at the end of the day. And a lot of these websites aren't that. They are online brochures, they are online business cards, but these websites don't create no action. It don't get the customer excited. It don't keep them in these loops, which in a business world we call funnels. It don't keep
Mm-hmm.
them in a process of always having us on the top of their mind. So when someone thinks of marketing, someone thinks of website design, someone thinks of a lemonade stand, some that client supposed to think of you because of the customer journey we was able to take them through from the time we grabbed them from social media, we grabbed them from a networking event, and then they came and saw our website, and our website was not only an extension of our brand, which is the online brochure part, but it also gave them value. It also made sure we stayed in contact with them, and also told us the data of when they came. So it's a lot of different reasons why a website would fail, because the client, or in this case, the business owner, isn't looking at the website as a part of their centerpiece of their marketing.
Yeah, and I've heard the word kicked around, static websites, and I guess the opposite of a static website would be a non-static. But I'm sure there's another term for it. But what explain to the audience what is a static website and why it's not a good place to be as a website owner. It's not living up to this end of the bargain. Go ahead.
Yes, and the word that you was looking for the static was, it'll be more of a passive website versus an active website.
Okay,
So a passive website would be in the static realm, and then a dynamic website would be
dynamic.
one that, yeah, that will kind of change over time. And the real difference between the two is, when you using a website, it can grow legs and work for you in your case. So what I mean by that is, we don't have, it's not like social media where we can make a post and we can go back to that post, edit it, correct it, and make it better. We have to make a whole new post. With a website, we can make a landing page, we can make a contact page, a service page, but we can always go back to that website and edit it, improve it depending on what we need, based off the metrics that we saw that'll get us closer to a sale. So that's what make a website more dynamic. That's what make a website always improving each week. And at the end of the day, that's how you really build your SEO, is by having a dynamic or active website.
Well, let me ask you this. So, to the people out there in the audience who have a website or not, what can they do to improve their web presence?
Mhm. One of the things they can do, and it's something that I have each client of mine or each customer of mine that asks that similar question, I say go through your own process and see if it will sell you. Go through your own website as just a client or as a customer, and see what pain points, what different things would you want if you were selling yourself that same service. Another thing I would say, do case studies on other brands and other websites that are converting, and you will see different things that they put together that allow people to make a sale or get closer to a sale. And then once you do that, also look at the marketing around that website. So look at the commercials, look at how they place their ads, and understand that they're trying to make all this traffic go to this vanishing point. But once you get into that vanishing point, what does it do? So, for example, a lot of websites, like your bigger brands or your bigger companies, you go to their website once, you might go to the store, or you might go in the car, watch TV, and you're going to see that ad again, because they put a tag on you soon as you came to their website, because they knew that's all it took. We don't have that. Well, we have that type of technology, but a lot of brands don't have that type of funding to get that type of system inputted. But you can still make that type of effect by having different value on your website, educating the user on your website, making sure that you're responding to different questions, or making your website kind of be a salesperson for you. You can put that same tag on them. So now when they go to school, when they go to a meeting and they hear something that was valuable, they can be like, I remember going to this person website. I remember going to this person brand, and they said that. So you can create your own funnel tag just by mimicking some of the things that's already done.
So it's like doing a poor man's version of tagging. You can do it yourself.
Yep,
And
you can do it
I
yourself.
always tell people to, by all means, have a call to action. I think that's one of the challenges, and many of these websites they don't do. People come to the website, you don't tell them what to do. I mean,
Mm.
you're not saying call me. You don't say fill out this form. You don't say send me an email. You put up a nice, pretty website. It's like, okay, that was nice, and they keep moving. So you have
Yep.
to you have to do something to engage them and get them to, at the very minimum, reach back out to you, even if you're not buying
Cool.
something.
Correct. And another thing too, I will add to that that the business owner can also add to their website to make it better. S- Talk less about your business and your mission and more about what problem you are trying to solve for that person
Amen.
that came in.
That is so true.
Because if I am a patient at a hospital, I don't want the doctor telling me about all its achievements if my heart is bleeding. I want them to be able to say, "Hey, I'm a heart doctor. I stop hearts from bleeding. Please come to my office as immediately as soon as you need me." And that's kind of what the website has to do. If you can give a little brief statement about who you are, because that's still going to be building trust. But really, that's what social media is for. Social media is for you to build your brand and build your name, talk endlessly about your mission. But a website can be used as the point of contact for creating that atmosphere where it's selling the customer, it's educating the customer, and it's letting them know that you came to the right spot to get your problem solved.
That's right. Well, Kale, I really appreciate you, and thank you for keeping us abreast on what's happening in the digital world and websites in particular on this particular day. And we'll have you back again. Let people know how they can find out more about you and your company.
Yes, yes. You can find out more about the company just by going to the website decor.co, DKORE.co. And feel free to email me at my personal email. I will definitely respond back to any website questions you have, any marketing questions you have, or if you just want to collab on a project or just have questions, just let me know. We always around.
All right, and we have Kale's information scrolling around the screen. So feel free to go back and share this information, bookmark this show, follow this show. You can also go back and listen to this show immediately afterwards. You can go to your favorite platform: Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Uh, so all the major platforms. This show will be rebroadcast. And also, if you're not really social media savvy, just go to marketingpulpit.com. We have it broadcasting right on the homepage and get all this information. Look through some of the past shows. And, we did a good show a few weeks ago with Kel. We talked about AI and websites. So check out all the shows. And Kel, thank you again, brother. We'll see you back on the next show. Okay, and we appreciate your sharing your information and wisdom with us today.
No, I thank you for having me, and I pray that everybody out there continue to have success in their business, and let's keep growing.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, that was Kel Cobb. And this is the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gate with your host. We're here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. And once again, we're going to be doing our first Friday networking event in a few minutes down in the training room at BLE Executive Suites at 9701 Apollo Drive. If you're in the DC area, come on by. Let's have lunch on me and Miss Clay and the rest of the crew. Some great dynamic people there, and I think even Kale, so he's going to come on by. So it's going to be quite an event. And on that note, once again, welcome to the month of May, and we'll see you next week right here on the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. And as I like to say, on all my as I close out the show, I like to end you with this little bit of advice. If you want to be successful, you have to do these three things: do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you have to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work.